We're gonna go through this Pokemon card binder with the plan of selling every single card, because in this series I want to know how hard is it to make £1,000 profit by buying, selling and trading single Pokemon cards. Welcome to episode 1, reviewing the stock. I've emptied this binder, so now we're going to go through all the single cards. On the right pile we've got all the Pokemon cards, and on the left pile we've got all the trainer cards. That might not look like a trainer card, but I'll explain that after. So the purpose of this video is again to just show everyone what the cards I'm going to be selling are for this series. Okay, I can't hold all of that in one go. That is way too thick of a pile. On the left side of your screen, you will see the total amount on top of this card. I'll probably put the value of the card, even though you can see it. But we're going to go to see how much I can potentially make. And then from there, I'm going to try and explain to you what the plan is with this type of series. So each card, this is not on the actual card, it's just on the sleeve. But I've just written down what the card is. So my handwriting is bad, do forgive me. And then at the bottom, I've written down how much it is. So this will be 30p. I've taken these figures from eBay and Collector. So I've just tried to use a bit of common sense. But these types of cards, the ones that are like less than £1 or less than like £5, are probably selling in like a bulk of something else. So let's just start going through the cards. Got the Palafin, this Cyclizard, Regieleki, Drapion. So all of these types of cards, which are literally like less than £1, I'll probably put them in like a bulk for themselves. And the plan also is to try and figure out if there's any cards from here that we can potentially grade. Because if you grade it and you get a 10 from even either Ace or a PSA, you will be able to make more money with that card. So for example, this is the type of card that's like we can potentially grade. So the raw price of this card is around £5.19. But if we get a 10, we can potentially sell it for £50. So I have got 2 of these. So what we're going to do is just quickly check the condition of these cards and potentially see if it's worth grading. But you have to also remember that for Ace, it's around £20 if you want to get it graded and get it returned to you like within 10 business days, which is what we're going to try and do because I don't want to wait too long for some cards. But let's just have a look. From the front, centering looks pretty good. Maybe the top is slightly thicker than the bottom. I don't know if you guys can see that, just slightly. I know they do have the 60-40 type thing, but I'm not sure how 60-40 that is. And on the back, again, there is some edging. There is some edging at the top here. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but there's the slightest little nick on the top left there as well. So with all that, I don't think this would get a 10, so I probably won't grade this. Maybe we can check the other Mimikyus that might you be able to get graded. Again, centering on this looks much better. The bottom and the top, again, it's not perfect, but I think it's in the margin of 60-40. From the back, I see a slight nicks on the top right, but it's so minor, it's non-existent if anything. This potentially might actually be a really good chance of getting a 10. Like, I don't actually see much wrong with it. If I try and look for some print lines, I really do like this Mimikyu card. I do wish I got it graded, but I don't think I graded it because I don't think it would have got a 10. On the back, it is hard to see, but the bottom just slightly looks thicker. So I don't want to take the risk. The return isn't worth it as well. You can only make £50 from it. So these I would probably sell as a duo for like £10. Hopefully that would sell, but yeah. We've then got the Eevee from Prismatic Evolutions. Again, we're going to check this card out as well. So this is probably going to be quite a long video, but I don't think there are many cards that I'm going to take out of this sleeve. But this Eevee, let's just have a look. Centering looks pretty good, to be fair. It actually looks really good in the centering department. Now the back's the main thing. How does it look from the back? I don't see any nicks on the top right and the top left. And on the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but just the slightest little nick there. But that's, to be fair, this actually might get a 10 genuinely. And if you get a 10 for this, you can sell it for £60, which is a pretty good return. But if it doesn't get a 10, you've virtually lost £20 because the difference between a 9 and a raw card, there's no difference. So You have to be very picky, but this is a potential for grading. So I'm going to put this on the left-hand side. So now the Umbreon Pokeball, we won't be grading it because even if it does get a 10, it will only be £30. So it's not worth it. And we'll probably just maybe sell this in the bulk as well because it is only £5. Same with this Regigigas. Again, PSA 10 is only £20. This Arceus card, this is a very old card. This is one of the first cards that we would have pulled, like a big card when we were younger. But it's a really cool card, and Arceus is a really cool Pokemon. The raw goes for 20, so but I presume all the raw cards that were there on eBay, yeah, like the condition of this is not good at all. Like you can see the entire top, entire border, virtually all of it looks really bad. And from the front, whitening hair. It's not super duper bad from the front, but if like a decent mint condition is going for 20, this most likely will go for more 10 than anything. But this will be sold on a separate basis as well, so I'll keep that separate. So the NK, again, this goes for £10, but in a 10 it goes for 226. So this could be something that we can look to get graded. But again, that is only if it's in good condition. To be fair, I actually don't know because this was in my National Dex binder, but I got the NK from Shining Legends. Neck on the corner, neck on the corner, neck on the corners. Yeah, so this would never get a 10, but it's not super duper bad. That the nicks are not the biggest nicks in the world like the Arceus. So this, again, I'll probably sell it for 5, so I'll sell it individually. This Eevee's from the Chilling Rain promo, I think. Again, I'll probably sell this with the bulk, but it is £2. PSA 10 is 50. But the truth is, the market on this card for PSA 10, I guarantee not many people would buy it. So it's just better to sell it as a raw. But this is £9, so I might sell this on its own. The Gardevoir, again, probably sell it with the bulk. Got 2 of them. This Charizard, £5. Potentially will sell it on its own. Maybe alongside some other cards. So yeah, I'll sell this on its own. Prismatic Evolution Eevee, probably will sell this on its own as well. This is a Zekrom promo card. Again, the fact that a PSA 10 goes for 200, firstly, it's because the population is virtually non-existent over 10. Promo cards are really hard to grade sometimes. However, and I'm pretty sure this card is not in good condition. Oh wait, whoa, wait. There's a slight whitening there. It's very hard to get this phone camera. There you go. So a slight whitening, edging there as well. This is actually isn't that bad. From the front, this looks pretty. Okay, wait. This actually might be something because this is a really old card. So modern cards, a 9 and a 10 of it. Sorry, a 9 and a raw card are the same. But this is a. I'm gonna put this in a. I want to put this in a clean sleeve because this actually might be a really big hit that I've just spotted. It's a promo card and a 10 went for 200, but you can sell it for £3. This actually might be something that I might grade because I believe even if it gets a 9, I'll have to double check. I'll probably put on the screen that if it's a 9, how much it will potentially cost. But this actually might go for grading. So I want to put this in the grading pile. So got the Darkrai. Again, this is Darkrai. PSA 10 goes for 80. This is a promo, right? Yeah, it's also a promo. Again, it's because it was really hard to get 10. I presume it's just the population. Yeah, straight away, this will never get a 10. So I'm just going to put this back away. But I will probably sell this individually as well because it is £6. Got a few cards left from here. So again, Iron Treads, 25p. We're just going to put that away. And 2 Great Tusks. Again, we're just going to put this with the bulk EX. Second half of all the Pokemon cards. Here, you've just got the Spider-Ups. Again, this will be bulk. Fortress will be bulk. Miraidon will be bulk. This Pikachu will also be bulk. So this Blastoise. This is again a promo card. We've got a lot of promo cards from the X and Y era. This was in my National Dex until I got the Blastoise from 151. This card actually looks really cool. I love how like all this whitening makes it look like the water's actually taking the color off the card. So it is got some whitening and edging as well. I don't think this would ever get a 10. But I might put this in the bulk. It is £4, but most likely I'll probably put this with the bulk. The Gyarados, again, we'll go with the bulk. This Magnezone, Bulk, Curum. This is this is not a promo card, so this is actually pretty cool. This is from the black and white era, Next Destinies. Let's take this out so it's easier to see because of the reflection. So from the front, again, it's very similar to the Blastoise in terms of how the whitening of the water looks, and it looks really cool. Presume the back's not going to be in the best condition. Yeah, you've got a lot of whitening. Yeah, nope. Again, I might put this with the bulk as well because of the condition of the card. I don't think it makes sense to sell that individually because I don't think it will sell individually. Again, the Mimikyu as well. Put that with the bulk. Veluza with the bulk. Our Chaladon with the bulk. Now we've got the Surging Sparks Pikachu, which I'll probably sell on its own. I might put this with the Zekrom card and then try and sell these two together, because I feel like you have more of a chance of selling cards when you've got like more than one that you're selling. Charizard, again, this will probably go in the bulk. Grapplock will go in the bulk. Hatterene bulk. Dreadnought bulk. Breedon bulk. Eevee bulk. Regigigas bulk. Lucario bulk. Evolving Skies, Volcarona will go into bulk. Same thing with the Duraludon. Cursola will go into the bulk. A lot of these cards are bulk, but I feel like once we add all of them together, that could potentially be like £20 worth of cards. Evolving Skies, Espeon, Glaceon, Champion's Path, Zeraora, Easy bulk, Hatterene bulk, Dreadnought bulk. A lot of these cards are actually Champion's Path. That's because when Champion's Path came out, that's when that's my first time going back into Pokemon. And I bought a lot of Champion's Path products. This Brilliant Star Pikachu, I genuinely love. I think normally I hate full art cards, but this is one of the most beautiful cards genuinely when it comes to full art. I love the orange bubbles in the background. It just looks really good. And even the texture from the front. The only issue with this card is, if you can see, is that white dot there. Apart from that, the edging doesn't look that bad. It's like a slight nick there. Slight nick there. This would never get a 10, I think, because especially with that. I haven't tried to wipe that off because I don't have a microfiber cloth. But I'm not sure if this will go with bulk or if I would put this with on its own, but most likely I'll sell this on its own because it is £10. Again, Dreadnought, another bulk. Paridon EX, a bulk. This Iono's Belly bulk. Champion's Path again, another bulk. Hidden Fates Charizard, £5, £50 if it was to get a 10. Let's just get it out of the thing to get a better look. Actually, while this Charizard's on the screen, I have actually already sent 5 cards to Ace to get graded, and out of those 5, 2 are for this series. So when the grading return comes back, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, I'll have a video about it. So subscribe if you want to see an Ace grading return. But there are 2 cards in there for this series. So in a sense, we're technically like £40 down at this current moment in time. But I'm hoping those 2 cards will get a 10 and then we'll bring it back up. But when that comes, you guys will go through why I sent those. The Charizard from the front looks alright. I don't think it's bad when it comes to centering from the front. From the back, again, this actually doesn't look that bad. Like, I actually generally cannot see anything. This potentially could be a card to get graded. But, oh, wrong way around. The truth is, do you want to get this card graded? If you sell it raw, you can sell it for £5. Or if you grade it and get a 10, you could potentially sell it for 50. So this might be potential grading as well. But this is a type of thing I might sell, or I think it'll be better if I actually I just thought of it. So all 4 of these cards in like one listings. So again, Radiant Charizard, £4, £40 if I want to get graded, but I don't think there's a market for this in the PSA 10. And same thing with this Charmeleon, it's £11, £45 if I get a 10. But this is something that like I can bulk sell because you've got 2 shiny Charizards, you've got different Charizards, and I know there's Charizard collectors out there. So this could be just one listing on its own. So this actually might be something that I do. So on your screen now, you'll be able to see how much all of the Pokemon cards are in terms of the actual Pokemon cards, what their value are. But now we're going to go through the trainers, and surprisingly, these trainer cards were a lot more expensive than the Pokemon cards. So firstly, this is not a Pokemon card, it's this Luffy card. I opened one piece pack and I ended up getting this, and it's worth £4. So I was like, I might actually sell this. So if you are interested, check the eBay in the description. I'm hoping all this will be listed by the time this video goes out. If it isn't, just come back in the future. Maybe in the description I'll have the eBay link to my eBay page where I'll be selling all these cards. So this Nemona card, I love this Nemona card. And one thing is, I think trainer cards is best not to grade them because people actually use these trainer cards more in competitive in the TCG. So this Nemona card, £4.50, and I have got 2 of them. So that's virtually £9. And I've got 2 of these Nemonas as well. So I feel like I could easily sell this as a set for £10. So that's going to be something. This penny also is worth £4.50, but I'll sell this individually. Then we've got a lot of Crown Zenith stuff now. So I've got this Vola from Crown Zenith. I've got 2 Iris Fighting Spirit. Again, probably sell them as a bulk. Another Crown Zenith Adamant. Probably will list all this Crown Zenith in one. Got Irida, which is £9, and then Elsa Sparkle, which is £13. And if it was to get a 10, it would be £65. Elsa, people do simp for her, so maybe that's why it's expensive. But this card, yeah, we are not getting this graded. Do you see that centering? It's literally an L shape. It's literally telling me I'm a loser. So this card will never grade. It is very, very off center. But I probably might, so because the centering is so bad, this might be like a listing that I do with all the Crown Zenith stuff. This is like a bulk, so this will be a bulk on its own. This, everyone was just pulling full out trainer cards when it comes to prismatic, so this will be bulk. This is probably the most expensive trainer card, or actually the most expensive card out of everything I've got in my sell area. So this card raw is actually £30, but in a PSA 10 will be £75. I'm not going to get it graded even if it does get a 10, because the likelihood of it getting sold in a slab is very low. So this I'm going to list on its own for 30, so that is a really good margin. This will go with bulk. Melanie, again, will go into the Crown Zenith pile. This Leon, £5.50 apparently, which is really cool. So I probably will list this alongside this Alistair card. Again, they're both from the same set, so this might go together. Maybe list this for £10. So some of these cards who I was talking about, like this Scarlet and Violet Professor card, like it's just a basic card, but because this card is used in TCG a lot, it's the value's at £3. So this Arvin as well, Katie, all of these from Scarlet and Violet. I feel like so these 4 I can easily sell as like a listing together, and I'll probably sell it faster than if I list it individually. So that's one thing to do. I've got this Prismatic, which will probably be in bulk. It is a Pokeball. Again, you can just about see it. Then I've got 2 Champions Path Rainbow Rares from Kabul and Pierre. Then I've got the Switch from 151, which will go into bulk, but all 3 of these Champions Path, I'll probably list them in one. So yeah, that's all the cards. On your screen now, you'll see the total amount. And by now, I'm hoping there should be a listing on eBay for if anyone wants to look at these cards. I have shown as much as I can in terms of quality. So I do hope you guys have enjoyed. The goal is now to try and make £1,000 from just trading, buying and selling single cards. Once we start making money, I'm going to start going out to card shows to actually see what the best bargains are. And if you haven't seen my top 5 cards to purchase from every Scarlet and Violet set, click here, or there'll be a QR code. And yeah, see you guys.